Right. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this ECS Oral Interaction briefing. Okay, all of you here are markers for this ECS exam. And this afternoon, we will have this briefing session as well as training session. I'm Dr. Rohaya Kaha from Language Academy, and I'm the coordinator for this ECS committee. Together with me are the lecturers from Language Academy and my line team, who are Dr. Hema, Miss Rika Diana, Madam Shalini, Madam Nurul Naima, Madam Shamsina, and several other admin staff. For the benefits of the new markers, I would like to explain briefly about the test before we move on to the detailed briefing and training part by Miss Rika Diana and Madam Shalini later. Okay, I'll be sharing with you some slides. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so this ECS is English communication skills for graduating students. So this is our code, right? I've said welcome already, but welcome again, especially to our guest Marcus uh, from KL, Dr. Azian. From SMK, Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra, Puan Chu Wei Peng, Puan Norlela Nordin, SMK Bandar Tenggara, Encik Abdul Rahman Saleh, SMK Tasik Utara, Puan Rashida Ali, College Matrikulasi Johor, Encik Abdul Razak Abdul Rahim, SMK Datuk Penggawar Timur, Puan Siti Hairani Nordin, SMK Sultan Abu Bakar, Puan Haslin Ismail, Puan Joanne, Puan Ervina, and SMK Skudai, Puan Lua Giok Chow. Okay, welcome to our training session. All right, so what is ECS? ECS is English communication skills for graduating students, which aims to prepare graduating students with communicative skills in English to be used at the workplace. It was known as TEX, or Test of English Communication Skills for Graduating Students. It has been implemented in UTM for about 12 years, and it is part of UTM full-time undergraduate students' requirement for graduating purposes. So if they fail ECS, they cannot graduate from UTM with a degree. So ECS is very important for them. Okay. So the enhancement of the skills is implemented through self-access learning while the assessment is carried out online. So this is especially during MCO, okay? So ACS is designed in collaboration with experienced human resource personnel from the industries who are responsible for recruiting staff in their corporation, which means that this is a research-based project. Okay, initially it was based on a research. ECS assesses the oral interaction skills. So we have two parts in the test, which is oral interaction and also the writing skills. So there are graded based on these 6 level skills from level 1, which is extremely limited, to the highest level, which is highly effective. Okay, level 3 is functional, okay, which is the minimum targeted level from the students. All right, for mode of implementation, before the MCO, it was physical. and face-to-face. And during MCO, ah, so it was online via my line system. But for the oral assessment, it was asynchronous mode. Okay, and for this semester, okay, we will be doing online face-to-face via WebEx, which is synchronous. Okay. Further details of this oral interaction test face-to-face online will be explained by Miss Rika Diana and Madam Shalini. And now I will pass on the floor to Miss Rika and Madam Shalini for the briefing, further briefing and training. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So, can everybody hear me? You can, right? Okay. So anyway, let's start the briefing. So, this is just my intention. If it's possible, I would prefer to answer to your inquiries and questions towards the end of the session. So, just let me know if I go too fast and too furious, you can't catch up, or out of sudden I speak Greek, you don't understand what I'm talking about. So just prompt me that. But in terms of, obviously you have all sorts of questions, burning question, cold question, whatever question it is. You can ask me in the chat, but I will address it towards the end of the session. Okay, we cool? So let's start. I hope I will not bore you to death in this afternoon. Okay, as much as possible, I will try to make things on point and easy to understand. Okay, so let's go on. Let's proceed. Yes. So the means or the way for the test to go is synchronous, meaning you will be stuck in your laptop for 3 hours in AM session and 3 hours for PM session. So that was it means by asynchronous. So because of that, the nature of synchronous, as much as possible, you need to find a spot at your home or anywhere or on the earth that has good internet connection. Okay, so WebEx platform will be provided and shared before the 20th May. So let's not worry about that. That is the admin part. So that's our job. But we will assure you will get the WebEx link before the test date, obviously. All right, you will be invited to a WhatsApp group. Some of you are in our WhatsApp group already, but I think another big bulk of the assessors are not in the WhatsApp group. We're going to invite you after today, right? So don't worry, whatever things happen in the WhatsApp group, like whatever communication that we need to deliver and etc., we will make it happen in the WhatsApp group. Okay, next. Okay, so the explanation will go like from stage to another stage to another stage. Okay, so let's go with the first stage first. Okay, now, so I think we have to move forward a bit. Okay, so this is the table. Now, my boss said she didn't understand it. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, so let's say this is the date, right? This is the date, Friday 20th, and this is the AM session. We are only looking at the AM session. Okay, so now what happened is that during the AM sessions, we are going to have 3 WebEx links. Okay, 3 WebEx links. And in each of the WebEx, we are going to have 4 pairs. Ideally, 4 pairs, it will be like 3 to 4 pairs lah. Okay. So 4 pairs means like in one breakout room. So pair means like pair is also equivalent to breakout room. Okay, so pair 1 means breakout room 1, pair 2 breakout room 2, and same goes. Okay, and then after that, within that, so like this is basically like one group. Okay, this is WebEx 1, WebEx 2, WebEx 3. Okay, so in each of the breakout room, of course, you have your assessor 1, assessor 2. Okay, so what does this mean, groups? So this is just estimation, right? One pair will need to assess 5 to 6 groups. Okay, And there will also be instances where you need to assess more than just 5 to 6. Because why? Because it also depends on how many pairs how many pairs of assessors that are available during that day and during that session. I would say during that session. Okay, so imagine Webex. Okay, let's say you are going to be in Webex 1. So we will give you the links of Webex 1, and then we will determine which breakout room you are going to be. How are you going to know all this? Obviously, we are going to share with you a document where you can refer to. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Not worry about that in the sense that everything will be provided to you. You don't have to think about, okay, how am I going to do this, etc., etc. You just need to be present during your session and show your pretty face. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go back. So, okay, now I think it will make sense now. Why do you need to know about the lobby? So each of the Webex link will have one person that control the lobby. Okay, why do we need to have a person at the lobby? Because these people will make sure that all the students are in the room, and then these people, the lobby PIC, will assign the student to which breakout room. Okay, and the lobby is meant to be the quarantine place for the students to hang out, not really hang out lah, for the student to be ready. Okay, so that's the reason why you need to know what's going on lah, the everything. So there will be a person mans the lobby, and this person will make sure the students will be assigned to the right breakout room. Okay. Now, let's say this is just an example, and based on experience, this happened. So let's say you have you have finished 2 groups. You have assessed 2 groups, and then your third group is not around. It's not around probably because they absent, or probably they decided to go wherever that they want. So they basically they do not turn up, right? So the lobby PIC will contact you, the assessors, and say, oh, okay, doctor or miss or madam, whoever, your third group is not available. So the next group will be group number 4. Okay, so that is what the lobby person would do. So you just need to be in your breakout room and probably have your coffee or like tea, whatever, and then just be there. Okay, so that is the lobby part. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so the arrangement. So I think basically I have briefed the arrangement. There will be 3 Webex links. You are only going to receive 1 Webex link. That's where you are going to be lah. I mean the breakout room. Okay, not the breakout room, the Webex link. So basically the arrangement is in each Webex link, we will have 3 to 4 assessors, the one that you have seen in the table just now. Okay, and then we are going to give you the Webex link that you are going to be in. So now obviously every session that you are joining will have different Webex link. Sounds complicated, right? But I don't think it's that complicated. You just need to make sure you update with the that you are in the loop lah. Okay, so next in terms of the in terms of the pairing. Okay, for those who have personal requests, or like upon request that I want to pair with this, etc., etc., we have make sure that you get your pair so that you don't cry. And then for those who are not non-LA, I mean like our Muat gang, our guests, you will be paired with the LA staff. I mean LA here will be Language Academy. Okay, so probably okay, and then probably the pairing will not the way that I arrange the pairing, you will have to be paired with different person every single time so that you don't get bored. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, let's continue. So this is why I say okay. Estimation, all right? Like the estimation is that 5 to 6 group. However, there will be possibility that you get more than 6 groups. Okay, probably this is a good news for you, means like more money, or probably not a good news. I do not know. Okay, but this is just a caution. I mean, I would say yeah lah. Not reminder, caution. I'm going. I'm giving a cautionary remarks to you guys that they will be probably more than 6. Okay. So now the number of groups that will be assessed on each session is not fixed. Depends on the attendance. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, on the planning, on the blueprint. Okay, on the blueprint you will get more than 6. However, it will also depends on the attendance. What do I mean by that? Sometimes students take things in their hands, meaning yeah, they're supposed to be available for their oral test, but God knows why they cannot come, they cannot make it, or like they just out of sudden decided to disappear or whatever. So the number could be increased, and the number of groups that you are going to assess could be increased or could be reduced. Yes, right. So whatever it is, the lobby PIC will get in touch with you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry that part. Okay, that is not your headache. The headache is when you have to assess the students and then to decide what marks to give to them. Okay, so the mark sheets with details will be provided. I'm going to show you an example of mark sheets that we are going to share with you. Okay, so can you see? So basically, this is what you are going to get for each session. For each session that you are going to join. So basically, you are going to have the group number, the timing, right? The name of the candidates, metric number, of course, etc., etc. And this is the rubric part. Okay, and inside this mark sheet, you also have the finalized marks. Okay, so this is the average. I think this is not your part. This is our part. Okay, references. References. This is important because sometimes, it's impossible for us to remember everything, right? So this is how we make your life less miserable than it is. This is, like the marks allocation. If you say, okay, we're going to give this candidate as high 3. So high 3, what is the range mark for high 3? So it's here, right? And then another thing is leveling marks. So what do I mean by leveling marks here? It means that the blue, I need to have the legend here. Okay, yeah, put it in my mind. So basically, the light blue is low, right? Low 5 or low 4. The one in the middle red will be medium, right? And the one in the gray will be high. Yes, we have that. Okay, so that is an example. Okay, for those who like, hey, Rika, can I take a look back? Yeah, so this is how it looks like. Yeah, we will share the link with you, and we only share the link with you when it's relevant to you lah. Meaning, if you are assessing, if you are in Vivex 1, you are the pair 1. So this is the mark sheet that will be given to you. Okay, right, we good. So next, let's continue. Okay, let's talk about the timing. Yeah, let's talk about the timing. The timing, because I think everybody is very curious because we only mentioned is AM and PM, but what is AM? What exactly AM means, what exactly PM means. Okay, so the AM session will start around 9 and will end at 12 PM. PM session will start around 2 and end at 5. So the time stated are just an estimation. Why? Because the session might end earlier or later than what stated here. Depends. Number one, of course, on the attendance or on the groups that you need to assess. So that's number one. Number two, of course, depends on the circumstances of each session. So probably students, coming in, coming out late, or probably you started off late because of whatever reason, internet connection or power supply or etc. So those are the things that we need to be a little bit flexible in the sense. Yeah, but whatever it is, I think it also depends on the discussion between you and your partner. Okay. So yeah, the timing, we can't be so fixed with the timing because we need to also consider, you know, it could be my internet connection, it could be your internet connection, it could be the student's internet connection, or out of sudden the power decided to have like blackout. We never know. So that's why I say the timing is around that, but you can work it on depending on your circumstances. Okay, right. Okay, so this is how it goes, because when we have it physical, it's easy because the student is there, right? That means like we can see the students. But when we deal with this internet connection and lesson learned from previous, so this is how it goes. Okay, let's say your first group starts at 9. Okay, and then the total interaction will take around 70 minutes, correct? Because like 15 minutes for 4 candidates, and then top to 15 minutes prior to 15 minutes, you have 2 minutes to you have to give the students, the candidates, 2 minutes for the preparation. So altogether 70 minutes. So that is the interaction, that is the action part. Okay, and then you have 10 minutes. What are you going to do during that 10 minutes? During that 10 minutes of buffer time is when, you know, like the students probably, yeah, it's not like necessarily after the session. It could be before, probably 3 minutes before the session, students coming in, coming out, and then they gado whatever. Okay, fine. And then after the session, 70 minutes, and then you have, you know, you have left, like for example, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and then what are you going to do during that 6 minutes? You have to decide, okay? You have to finalize. Okay, so I give these students level 2, you give level 3. So which one is the meeting point? So the discussion part. So the thing is, if you wait until the end of session to discuss, then probably you need to extend your stay. Everybody don't want to extend the stay, kan? So hence the reason why we decided to give you the 10 minutes, yeah, the 10 minutes buffer time for you to discuss, or probably out of sight, oh, I need to do my number 2, right? Toilet break. So of course, within that, you have to squeeze in lah. Okay. So basically, that's why we give 10 minutes. Okay. And then, okay, let's say lah, you are very efficient, very cemerlang like that. You don't need the 10 minutes buffer because your discussion and you can read your mind, you can read your partner's mind and everybody like synchronize like that. Okay, so you have 10 minutes gap, correct? We are not going to push the 10 minutes gap so that the next student will come in. Whatever it is, the 10 minutes gap will be a break for you. The lobby PIC will only send the students when the time comes, meaning that after the 10 minutes end lah. Okay, why? Okay, the thing is, when you are assigned to breakout room, you cannot like you know, you cannot just go out and then ask lobby, hey, I want a new student. Tak, of course you tak cakap macam tu lah. So basically, you would say, Miss or Mister, can I have my next group? So to make things easy and the administration works smoothly, crossing fingers, yeah, so the 10 minutes is going to stay. You are only going to get your the next group when your 10 minutes buffer ends. Yeah, okay. So this is something, this point probably a revision to our LA staffs, our LA colleagues, but this is something probably new to the non-LA, our guests. Yeah, so 50 minutes will be 50 minutes are for candidates, right? 12 minutes for 3 candidates and 2 minutes of preparation prior to the interaction. So basically, total, the action would be 70 minutes. Okay, right? So I have talked about the last point. Okay, now let's move on. We've talked about this. Okay, possible situations. Possible situation. We have to also consider about this thing. Okay, now say for example, right? Say for example, okay. So ideally, in a group you have 4 candidates, right? However, 2 of the candidates decided not to turn up for whatever reason. Okay. So let's say 2 students. So let's say these 2 students from WeBEX 2. Yeah, 2 students from WeBEX 2. So the lobby PIC of WebEx 2 needs to contact lobby WebEx 1 and WebEx 3. Yeah, asking whether they have students that don't have sufficient gain, right? So let's say, okay, now there's one student from WebEx 1 and one student from WebEx 3. Okay, so they are going to pair up. Okay, so now when they are pairing up, so this PIC needs to decide who to go to, in a sense that who wants to assess this sort of a newly reformed group. Okay, so hence the reason why you need, hence the reason why we give you the liberty to say yes or no. Let's say your PIC contacted you and we have one group newly formed because of whatever. Do you want to assess this group? If you say no, I have enough of today, my headache, whatever, I don't want. So yes, you can say you don't want, but if you say that Allah, okay lah, come lah, cincai. Okay, so then it's also possible. Okay, so it's a yes or a no. It's up to you. So probably, obviously, it's a discussion between you and your partner lah. Yeah, right. And then another situation, if let's say at the very last minute you have emergency, for example, like personal health or others, whatever it is. We, the committee, as much as possible, would like you to contact us. If you don't feel comfortable, saying things in the WhatsApp group, you can contact us personally and say, oh, you know what, I can't make it this morning because of whatever. So yeah. But as much as I know emergency sometimes can be like 10 minutes before the test, but as much as possible, you have to you have to tell us you have to caution us so that we can make the arrangement. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay, the do's and the don'ts. Some of the do's and the don'ts are more or less a revision from the previous points. Okay, so number one, let's take a look at the do's first. Point number one, ask to switch off the webcam. Okay, so this is what happened based on experience, right? Some of the students do not have the luxury of having stable internet connection. Sometimes, of course, we also do not have that. So this is what you need to do. Okay. This is what we recommend you to do. It sounds better. Okay. The student who has issue with the internet connection, he or she needs to switch on the webcam for the first few minutes. Probably the greeting part, like hi part. Okay, and then after that, from like the action part, he or she can just switch off the webcam. Okay, right? So it is, we can't be so fixed in the sense that, you have to switch on your webcam, or I do not know whether it's you or not. Cannot. We don't go with that lah. We need to be a little bit humane. So basically the early part, we just need to know, okay, you are the student, also this is your voice. Okay lah. Then you can switch off your webcam. Okay, something like that. Okay, length of discussion, talk about that. 10 minutes of bubble. Again, if you do not utilize the 10 minutes, you just still need to wait for the next students to come. Yeah. Okay. So the point number 4, divide the task between the two of you who is going to do the introducing or the timekeeper. So I think for our guesses, this is not a new thing, kan? So basically, this is the practice, for ECS. We have 2 assessors, correct? So one assessor will be the talking, probably we're introducing, hi everyone, you are here because you need to see for your ECS oral, or as you're not going to graduate, etc., etc. You will be given 2 minutes for preparation, 15 minutes for the interaction, yada yada yada. And then another person will be timekeeper. Anyway, because everybody will be paired with we'll be paired with experienced one, so you will understand when the action time happen. Yeah. Okay. Do another final point for you. Answer students' questions should they inquire during the preparation time. Sometimes during the 2 minutes of preparation, the student will ask you, hey, Miss, what does it mean? Miss, what is the word? Okay, like typical question, a typical inquiry will be, Miss, what does this word means? Okay, so you can either, you can either just give the answer or you can give hint or whatever, like it's up to you. But yes, there will be situations or instances where students ask you on the meaning of words lah. eh? Kan graduating, but sometimes yeah. Anyway, let's move on to those. Number one, do not prompt the student to interact. Meaning, if out of sudden the session become click like that, you don't have to, you as the assessor, oh, okay, what about you, candidate A? What about you, candidate A? No. If they decide to be click, let's just remain click until they come to a realization that they need to do something. Yeah, but of course, like, you don't have to wait for click for the 50 minutes lah. Okay, so like after 5 minutes, if they click, you could just say, are you intend to talk more, or you just want to end the session? I mean, like, everybody is seasoned assessors here, right? I don't have to say much about that lah. Okay, so next, there will be situations, and instances where students do not wear properly, in the sense that, probably they think that they swag, so they wear caps, or probably they think that it's extra or double precaution, they wear masks, or like they don't dress professionally. I think in terms of the mask, of course, you have to say something like, he or she needs to undo the mask, kan? But then again, in terms of the attire, if it's not professional, if it looks like they are going clubbing instead of attending a test, so you don't have to say, hey, why are you wearing like this, or you don't have to reprimand. You just need to mark down their professional image. Yeah. Okay. So okay, now finally, we are going to have a different speaker. Yeah, so this is the turn for Miss Shalini. Miss Shalini, is she there?
Yes, Rika, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, so do you want to share your screen, or you want to use my screen?
I will share my screen.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Madam Shalini here. So I will share the rubrics or the assessment guidelines, okay, oral ECS guidelines with all of you. Okay, so basically, this is our grading scale. Okay, so for oral, this is for oral, yeah, for oral. So the criteria has been divided into 4, which we will look into professional image, interactive ability, contribution to the task, and language. Okay, so and we have 6 levels here. Okay, so level 1, extremely limited. Level 2, which is limited. Level 3, functional. Level 4, satisfactory. Level 5, effective. And level 6 is highly effective. Okay, so when students, when they are discussing the question, when they are doing the oral interaction, so the assessors or the examiners will actually give marks based on these criteria. Okay, so first, let us look into the professional image, where we will focus more on the confidence and the presentation skill of the student. Okay, so second, interactive ability. So we will focus more on the ability of the students to express their opinion, okay, to convince, or ability to participate in discussion. How well is their interactive ability? Okay, so of course, the more you talk, the more marks that you will get. I mean the students, okay? And then contribution to the task, okay? Relevance, ideas, developments of the idea, and ability to analyze, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, okay, all students, they will have the similar question and they will start the discussion, right? So what we will look into contribution of the task here, whether the student really understand the task or not, whether they really understand the task, and the idea which has been discussed by the student, is actually relevant to the question which we have given them. Okay, sometimes student talks a lot. Okay, banyak bercakap, they talks a lot, they have this and that. But the point here is the idea are relevant, the points are relevant to the question which we have given them. Okay, so we have to make sure that. And then last but not least is the language. We will look into fluency, accuracy, vocabulary, sentence structure, and clarity. Okay, so these are the 4 criteria that we will look into for the oral interaction. Okay, so let us look for the professional image, extremely limited, which is level 1. Okay, student shows lack of confidence and they does not project a positive image of oneself. Okay, let's say you have students with this criteria, so you can go for 0 to 1 marks. Okay, and let's say they shows you little confidence and hardly project a positive image of oneself, no confident. Okay, little confident. Okay, so they have some positive image. Okay, so you can go for 2 or 3. And functional, okay, so they shows confident but requires improvement. So let's say you see students, okay, this student, they have some confidence, but they require more, they require improvement. So you can give he or she 4 to 5, okay. And level 4, of course, the confidence level is high, enthusiasm is high, okay. Satisfactory projection of oneself, okay, you are satisfied with their projection. So you can give them 6, okay. And the list goes for level 4, which is effective, okay, good student, okay, they show confidence, enthusiasm, okay, impressive projection of oneself, very confident, okay. And level 6 is highly effective, okay. So they show you high level of confidence, okay. So we will move on into interactive ability. So extremely limited, okay. So extremely limited. So the student show you for level 1, okay, level 1, 0 to 5 marks, because interactive ability, we have 30 marks here, the 30%, okay. So extremely limited, okay, who will go under extremely limited? Student who have very limited ability in expressing their opinion and participating in discussion, very quiet. So we do have students, when we start the discussion, they will be very quiet, no interaction from them, okay. When the assessor or the examiner asks them also, they tend to not to talk, okay. This type of student will go under level 1, 0 to 5, okay. And we have limited student, similar to extremely limited, but this student, they will try to express their opinion with difficulty. So they have limited ability to respond to viewpoints, okay. So they have limited ability in providing argument and elaborating to the ideas, okay. And they hardly participate in discussion. So you would know level 2, okay. These students, they hardly participate in discussion. Of course, they don't actually give any, they give arguments, they give points, but very limited, no elaboration, okay. So most of the time, we will move into level 3. Most of the time, we will have students who fall into level 3, functional, okay. So able to express opinion and respond to viewpoints, but with some difficulty. These students, okay, they provide arguments and ideas, but elaboration or justification is either not convincing or insufficient. But they do have ideas, they do have points, but the elaboration is somehow insufficient or not convincing, okay. So participate in discussion with occasional prompting, okay, they do participate, okay, they do the talking, okay. And level 4, satisfactory. So the marks is from 16 to 20. So the student can express opinion and respond to viewpoints satisfactorily. Arguments and ideas are elaborated, okay. So they can initiate other topics, okay, they can actually motivate others to talk, and they participate in discussion, okay. And level 5, we go higher for higher level, which is effective, 21 to 25, where student can express opinion actively, very active students, okay. So they provide good arguments and ideas. Most of the ideas are well elaborated, okay, justified, and they participate actively in discussion and initiate ideas from their group members. Okay, and the last, the higher level, highly effective. Okay, this is level 6, where students express points very effectively. So level 6, usually we will have limited student lah. Selalu tak banyak sangat level 6 and 5. Okay. So provides very convincing arguments and ideas are elaborated, justified, very good. The ideas are superb. Okay. So initiate ideas and participate very actively in discussion. That is that is related to interactive ability. How well the student interact. Okay. And we will go into contribution of tasks. Okay. Contribution of tasks. So as I mentioned, we will look into the ideas and developments of the idea and ability of the student to analyze the ideas. So level 6, of course, the ideas are relevant, highly relevant. Ideas are very effectively developed. Okay, they show you maturity, excellent ability to analyze problems and make decision. This is level 6. So I think we will go into the extremely limited. Okay, we have looked into level 6. Now we will look into level 1, extremely limited. So hardly any contribution to the task. Very quiet. Okay, no discussion. Okay, hardly any developments of idea. Okay, when they are not when they are not doing the talking, of course they did not contribute anything, right? So these students will fall into level 1, poor ability to analyze problems. So level 2, the student limited. So limited contribution to the task, maybe they will give like one point, okay, or they agree with their group members. Okay, I agree with the speaker A, candidate A. So that is their contribution. Okay, so limited contribution to tasks, limited developments of idea, limited ability to analyze problems. Okay, level 2, level 2, usually the student who actually they did not give any idea, they just agree with their group members. Okay, we do have a lot of students, okay, who always agree with their friends, and we do have students who become the chairperson or become the moderator in the group. Okay, so they will ask opinion around, okay, what do you think, okay, and they hardly contribute anything to the discussion. So these students will fall into level 2, okay, or 3. Okay, and level 3, which is functional. So our ideas are occasionally relevant but with gaps. Okay, so ideas are occasionally developed. Okay, attempts to make decision. Okay, and then we go into satisfactory level 4. Ideas are generally adequate. Okay, so this is for the contribution of tasks. And last but not least is language. Now it's 3:15. Okay, language. Okay, we will look into fluency, accuracy, vocab, sentence structure, and clarity. So level 1, again, extremely limited. Very limited command of the language. Speech is hardly legible. Okay, so level 2, speech is marked with frequent hesitations. Okay, limited command of language. Okay, level 3, again, able to keep communication going, but speech is marked with some noticeable hesitation. Okay, they have fair control of sentence structure. So we will actually give you, you can access to this, okay, so that you can read, you can go through this, okay, and later when the training, we will conduct the training, you can also refer to this when you want to give the marks to the students, okay. So language, highly effective, speech is smooth with very minimal hesitations, excellent command of language, highly effective use of appropriate and varied vocabulary, and very clear speech with correct pronunciation, stress, and intonation. So this is about the oral interaction rating scale. Okay, so you don't have to worry because I've been told that you'll be paired up with LA staff for the actual assessment. Okay, so you will have backup lah. Okay, so I will pass to Rika. Cannot stop. Okay, Rika, stop sharing. Okay, thank you.
Alright. Mana tu? Okay. Right. So this is I mean like the briefing. Yeah. Okay. Is coming to an end. Okay, I know I could see two questions in the chat box. I will address it when the time when I finish everything. So I will address it and then keep the question coming. Yeah, I promise you I will try as much as possible to give you the answer. If I can't give you the answer, I have my committee to help me with that. Okay. So now this is the part where I need to introduce my committee. Yeah, ECS My Life Committee. Okay, possibly, not possibly. Why do you need to know these people? Because these are the contact person that you need to go to. So basically, this is your go-to person. If anything were to happen to you, touch wood, they will not. But let's say you have emergency, let's say whatever lah, okay, you need somebody to contact, you need somebody to tell that you're not available or etc. So these are the people. Okay, why it's okay? So these are the people. Yeah, okay. Like why do we have so fancy kind of photos? This happened during our Raya photo shoot. Yeah, we are glamour like that. So these are the people. Yeah, Dr. Hema, Rosheny, our leader, our head, our boss obviously, and then Miss Nur Shamsinar, Miss Rika, that's me, and then Miss Nurul Naima. Okay, so yeah, the happy face because before we do work, during we do work, we less smiling, eh? Or at least I. So lobby personnel. So these are the three people. We have Miss Nadira, we have Mr. Rahim, and we have Mr. Talha. So these are the people that will be the lobby PIC. We have not decided which person will man which WeBacks, but among these three lah, okay? So yeah. And then, oh yes, this is a session. This is a session. You ask, we answer. Okay, so let's take a look at first question by Dr. Hanim. So Dr. Hanim asked whether, so 15 plus 2, yes, the interaction will be around 15 for 4 candidates, 12 for 3 candidates. Okay, there will be situation where, you know, you get 3 candidates. 2 is the preparation. Okay, preparation where they will do the brainstorming or the jotting down of things, the 2 minutes. Okay. Next, yeah, Miss Naima is asking, can we remind them of the time that they have time? Oh yeah, definitely. Usually the practice is like, you know, around the last minute. Yeah, the final 1 minute. The assessor would say something like this. Okay, candidates, you have 1 minute left. Probably you need to come to a consensus, or probably you need to come to a decision. You know, something like that. But if you think like 1 minute is too short, you probably can prompt them within the in the last 2 minutes. Okay. So what else? When will the examiner list be made available? Would like to know who I will be paired with. Oh my god. Okay. So okay. Okay. Let's say by Thursday. Latest by Thursday. Okay, latest by Thursday. Okay, Dr. Azian? Okay. Oh, Miss Lua. Okay, any example of the questions? Examples of the questions. Okay, now probably we're not going to share it here, but during the training later on, you will get your hands on the questions. Okay, Miss Lua. Next. Okay, mark sheet will have to be submitted immediately after the end of the session. Okay, now, on the mark sheet, right, because it will be on Google base. No, cloud base. Oh my God, it will be Google Drive cloud base. So you don't have to submit to us. We can just pandai cari the mark sheet in our folder. Kan, because the thing is, okay, let me show you again the mark sheet. Why doesn't want to end? Also, okay, wait. My laptop decided to play. Okay, so this is a Google spreadsheet. Yeah, we are going to share the link with you. So when you write your mark here again, right? It will automatically be there. So you don't have to submit to us. It's in our record. It's in our keeping already. Okay, so there will be no submission. So as much as possible, no, it's not as much. Okay, I would need to use a veto tone. You don't download it. Don't download it and save it in your laptop and then you key in the marks there and then we cannot see. Don't. Just, put the marks, key in the marks in the link or the Google spreadsheet that we shared with you through link. Okay, right? Okay, so next question. Okay, any more questions? Okay. By my partner. Of course. Okay, of course. So Dr. Azian is asking, will assessor 1 get to see what assessor 2 give? Obviously, because it's just under this tab. Okay, if you take a look, the one at the bottom here, you have tab for assessor 1, you have tab for assessor 2, you have the finalist mark. Okay, so this is where the average part. Oh yeah, I think because now we're doing synchronously, so the average will need to be your discussion. Remember the 10 minutes of discussion? So this is the part where you need to do discussion and probably gado, and then come to a decision. Okay lah, level 3. Okay, so this is where it is. Okay. What else? Okay, any more? Any more questions? Okay. How many hours given to the examiner to finalize his or mark? Okay, now, what's the word? We advise you do in the 10 minutes of buffer. Okay, so basically it's like this, Dr. Army. So let's say group 1, your group 1 starts at 9, okay? And then 9, so 2 minutes of preparation. So 70 minutes lah. The action happens in 17 minutes. So 10 minutes after 70 minutes too, probably during that 10 minutes, you need to discuss with your partner and finalize what is the nasib for what is the, what is the marks for that candidates during that 10 minutes. Okay? So it's like that. Macam tu lah, because we will schedule, you will have 10 minutes of buffer. After each of the group that you assess, we will give 10 minutes. So during that 10 minutes, you can have your discussion, you can, it's either discussion or you need to go to the loo or whatever. Okay, during that 10 minutes of buffer. So basically, okay, let me make things clear lah here. So 9 until 9:07, 9 until 9:15 is the session, and then 2 minutes of preparation, 9:17, and then plus 10 minutes, 9:27. Okay lah, cincai lah. Let's say 9 until 9:30 lah, Okay, 9 until 9:30. So during that time, there will be no other groups coming. The next group will come in around 9:30. Or like slightly 1 minute early ke, around that. Okay, Dr. Amy, is my explanation clear to you? Can you make sense what I say? Probably, out of sudden I use Greek language ke kan? I do not know. Okay. Jom, what else? Miss Michelle, what is the passing level? Well, like, do we have passing level? Okay, I cannot. Okay, yeah.
Passing level is level 3 and above.
Yeah, there you go.
So I will show you, kejap I'll just show. So, passing level, if you ask me. Okay. So the passing level. Okay. So if those of you will attend the training later, so the passing level, if you look here, level 1, 0 to 16 marks. This is the total marks, the total marks that you will get after you actually fill in each of the criteria here. Professional image, interactive ability, contribution to task, and language, okay? Let's say the total marks is 16, so the student will fall into level 1. Let's say the total marks is 32 or 30, the student will fall into level 2. And 50, level 3. Okay, 51 and to 68, level 4. 69 to 85 is level 5. And 86 and above is level 6. So for ECS, the passing level is level 3 and above. Okay. So level 2 tu consider macam dia tak dapat cert lah. Macam tu. Okay. I hope I answered the question. Thank you, Rika. So
Okay, so last question. I mean, for now lah, it's last question from Dr. Azian. So Dr. Azian presume that the total marks will be calculated automatically by the computer. Yeah. Can I say the sad part is we have yet to come up with the calculation, because the thing is, I think sorry lah, Dr. Azian, and not only Dr. Azian, sorry for our colleagues, we still need to go to the, like Stone Age, you need to use
Azian
your
beli calculator sempat lagi.
but your laptop also has the calculator function, okay, so basically, you need to manually, because the thing is, we have yet to find any genius of Google spreadsheet that can come up with the formula, and it's like automatic ataupun macam probably in 5 years time kita niat aja okay nak bagi dia mid level 3. So like the marks will be pop up macam gitu kan. AI we never know in 5 years time ke 10 years time, but Malaysia probably 25 years time. Okay. So yes, I am so sorry to say this, but sadly, colleagues and everyone, you need to count it manually, So we have yet to come with the AI system lah.
But you should be able to do it, kan, Rika? It's just like macam our normal marks, for example, we get 70%, that is like A minus,
But
80, that's A,
betul,
kan
tapi
kita
because
punya mark sheet kan usually like that. So it's like ada formula dia tu, just put in the formula and then it will generate the marks
yelah,
kan.
betul Dr. Rani, but the person that can come up with the formula tu kita tak belajar lagi. Tu that's why I cakap kita belum jumpa lagi genius ataupun a person yang boleh come up with
Dia
the
pakai
formula
formula je kan, mesti ada, kalau A tu berapa range dia, kalau level 1 tu range dia berapa kan, just from the
betul.
total dengan level tu. Nanti
Correct.
tanyalah daripada orang faculty mana-mana ke yang pandai.
Kan? Itulah, that's the thing. Itu I cakap, kalau okay, cerita dia macam gini, kalau kita, as much as possible, we want to make things easier for everybody pun, betul. But the lacking of our part, probably the downside of our part, we have yet to find the formula lah. I did voice this out sebenarnya before everybody else say.
Lau in the chat, Mr. Liao Gyok Chio, he knows how to do it, count if formula.
Count if formula.
Probably you can ask him how to do it.
Okay, I will have my team to contact. So anyway, tapi as much as possible for now, I think if there's a new update on, we found a formula to make things easy on the calculation part, we will announce it in our WhatsApp group. But if we failed on that part, we still need to go with the manual, Okay. Sorry lah. But as much as possible, we would try to find the formula first. Okay. Any more?
So tentatively, when will we start assessing oral? Tentatively?
It's 20th and 21st, 27 and 28. All these 4 days.
20th. We will start on 20th. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Excuse me, if I may ask something.
Sure.
Whenever you want to key in the marks, it means that each assessor has to key in marks first, then we gather and decide the final marks, or we gather first, then each and every one of us key in the marks. Which one?
Okay, it can be both tau sebenarnya. I think based on my personal experience, I cannot say for everybody in LA, but based on my experience, it can be either you gaduh first and then you write on your you individually write your marks, or you write first, okay, and then you have your decision and then you gaduh lah. So I think it comes back to the discussion with you and your partner sebenarnya, because the important part is at the end of the session you have the marks, and then everybody is happy or slightly happy lah, depending on siapa yang menang on the wall lah, gitu.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, right? Okay, any more? Okay. Yes, no, maybe? Dr. Hanim, okay, so like suggestion, Faizal Yamimi, okay, like we will look into that, yeah? Okay, so I think this is how the next part is the training part. For the season assessors, I mean, like our MUET assessors are also seasoned, but probably slightly different in terms of the rubric. So if LA staff that are considered seasoned assessors, if you don't have anything to ask, everything is clear, I think you can leave the meeting room lah. Okay, we are going to meet when the test day. So whatever it is, we are going to invite you in our WhatsApp group. Don't worry about that. And we are going to make sure that you will get your mark sheet by Thursday. What time Thursday, I cannot promise you yet. But it's definitely going to be some time in Thursday. Okay, so yeah, you can leave the room because now you give us way to do the training. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. For joining the briefing. Thank you so much for being supportive and everything. Bye bye everyone. Have a good day.